Okay, so I have my new project that I'm going to get into. This is going to be a extreme restoration. The idea is to get one Toshiba 3100E in better than new condition. This is going to involve a complete recap. And I'm going to move from electrolytic to tantalum and multi-layer ceramic to make the unit pretty much immortal so that there won't be any decay of electrolytics in the future. So it's going to be, that'll also improve a bunch of the electrical performance of the various aspects of the machine. Not that that's going to improve computing or anything, but maybe the display, I might be able to make that look a little bit better. But that'll be using components that they just simply didn't have available at the time when they made these. MLCC caps and tantalum caps are also expensive, so that would have, even though this is very expensive units, it would have added to the cost. Anyway, so that's the idea. The idea is to get move it over to a compact flash hard drive solution for its head sector cylinder type hard drive. Get MS-DOS all properly installed on it, and make it brand new again, and then some. The one on the left is going to be my, I'm saying it's going to be my parts unit, but we'll see. It's fully functional, except for the hard drive. So I can probably just make that one work. It doesn't seem to have any problems on the display. The lines you see rolling through it are a scan rate issue. That's a plasma thing. It doesn't look like that in real life, so you don't see that. So the displays on both are perfect. I'm going to pick one that's better. The condition of the one on the right is remarkable. I know the history behind that one. That one was used by a Bell System type company, and what they did was they checked giant rolls of fiber back in 1988 with it. So it's an optical TDR, an optical time domain reflectometer software that ran on it and hooked to some gadget that then did the OTR work, or the OTDR work. Very coolly, it's got an IEEE 488 GPIB card in it, and it comes with an amazing GPIB cable, the likes of which even NASA would be impressed with. So that was really a cool extra. So the history on this unit was it appears from the documentation and the files on it, they used it once to qualify a whole bunch of optical cable, probably huge reels of optical cable, many, possibly hundreds of miles worth of optical cable. So the laptop came as just simply a qualification tool that went with some huge order of optical cable. The optical cable had 72 up to 72 fibers in each major cable. So it was very expensive at the time and hooked together central office stuff. Probably in Ohio is where it was used. Anyway, so after that was done, it got put in an office in a Bell Systems CO and never moved. So it's like in time warp condition. It doesn't even look like it's been touched. So that's really good. That's what I want. Is ultimately I'm going to have this thing will look like it literally came through a time warp, and electronically it will be better than what they originally made it for, and last, I would hope, another 40 years. So everything seems to work in it. The hard drive, I scanned that all works. The floppy drive works. Everything on the one on the right looks completely functional. Of course, all of the electrolytic caps after 40 years do have dry out going on. So it does work though, so that's impressive. I'm going to image the drive, get everything off of it exactly the way it came. It's got some software on it that came from the company that was making the cable and the products. It was really cool. It actually came with all the paperwork from the time. which is United Telecommunications Inc. And this is an OTDR measurement analysis system by United Telecommunications. So that's really fun. It's also got some internal communication documents, which about how to test reels of optical, which is really fun too. It was in use at the time by United Telephone Company of Ohio, because it's got some interoffice correspondence in here. So it's really cool. It's in really impeccable condition. So that's where I want to start with. Both of them work. I would guess that only the hard drive has failed on the one on the left. So I'm gonna be working on that, and we'll see where that all goes. But overall, looks good. So yeah, these are remarkable machines in every respect. It's using the Panasonic displays, which is really amazing. These things weigh an enormous amount. They don't have batteries. This is what's called a luggable. So these things are made to. They've got it. It also came with its original leather bag, and the leather bag is actually in perfect condition. It looks like a time warp. It literally no wear whatsoever, which is just awesome. Anyway, so you can see on this is United Telecommunications, and this is the OTDR software. It also has some other programs, but actually the other programs aren't in there. The only thing in here is the OTDR software for testing fiber. So I'm going to image all this, get all this off, make a perfect copy of this, and I'm going to replace the drive with a compact flash-based solution, max out sizes, and of course completely recap and redo everything in there that has any type of wear. This one, the hinge seems a little worn out, so I'm going to look at that. The other one's hinge seems perfect, so I might do some of that. Ideally, I'd like to have both of them, because I can use the GPIB software, the driver and the card, and hook to my test equipment, because my test equipment from the 70s and early 80s and all that, that I can use GPIB on it. So this could very well end up running my bench. So that's a really cool feature of all of that. Anyway, so this is the first look at this. I haven't done anything with them yet except turn them on and play with them a little software-wise. My first step is going to be image the drive, get all the software, all the settings off of them initially, the way they came, so I have that for later. And then I'll pop them open and I'll start working up how to replace caps and refurbish them completely. Anyway, this is going to be a very fun project.